Today, I want to share with you a quick 10-minute routine you could add to your day that completely transforms the way you think, feel, and act to ultimately set yourself up for success every single day. This simple routine is called priming. So, let's talk about the benefits. Tony Robbins priming just makes you feel totally different. And if you don't know what priming is or Tony Robbins is a business life strategist, essentially another word for a coach. He is an American entrepreneur, selling author, New York Times best-selling books, for $7.2 billion of revenue generated every single year from all of his 120 companies. He's went to 195 countries around the world, worked with the top performing people, even lower performers, and made them best performing in their specific area of expertise. And he runs multiple day seminars that are 12 hours a day. You would think you wouldn't even be able to sit through them. I went to one 4 days. It changes the way you think, feel, act, everything. A much better state, so you can perform at what he calls a peak state, which is basically peak human performance. So what even is priming? Priming is a gratitudinal meditation. Prime gratitude into your mind. I use the priming soundtrack from Tony Robbins. I'll link it in the description on YouTube. And there's 4 consistent steps of priming. 1 is the fire breath. Then number 2, you'll have 3 moments where you think about a time where you were so happy, where you could be so grateful for, or you don't even have to be happy. It could just be the wind hitting your face, as he explains. Just the little things. And then the second part is a blessing, as corny as it may sound, he says. A blessing that pretend this light shines through your body, it heals the best parts of you, and you send it out to the world, and it heals everybody around you. I love this part. My inner smile just pops out as I see everybody around me have positive energy, and they're so joyous. And the last step is 3 compelling goals that you want to see, but you want to see it as done. You want to step into it, not look at it from a different view or a different third person. Like, step into it as if you are there and it's happening right now. But what this does is it makes your brain, it forces your brain to start looking for more of the positives in every negative situation. Because as Tony says, the 2 emotions that stop people, or the 2 emotions that hurt everybody's life, is fear and anger. When you're operating out of fear and anger, your life usually doesn't look that great. So what this does is force your brain to constantly seek out positive things in everything, even in something negative. I remember one of my friends said he drops his phone through the middle of the seat, that crack right here in his car, and instead of getting angry about it like most people would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I dropped it again, blah, 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 and they get all in their head, he's like, you know what? I've never had this experience before. That's crazy. I just had a new experience of it dropping through the phone seat. What a wonderful experience. And you just look at it as a different perspective. And so priming gratitude, your brain is forcing you to do this constantly. You'll start to alleviate and eliminate that anger and fear. And it only takes 10 minutes a day. And as Tony says, he says, if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, then you don't have a life. And there's no reason to do 30, 40-minute meditations, an hour meditations, but just 10 minutes. And then eventually you might go longer than that because it's so enjoyable. But it literally just makes, even just talking about it, makes you smile. And that also releases dopamine. So you just constantly get these positive energy flowing throughout your body. Enough talking. I'm going to roll the clip of the man himself breaking down the power of priming.
So what I do each morning is I do a breathing pattern. It's an explosive breathing pattern that I learned in India, breathing your breath in and exploding it out. On the emotions. Try to be grateful. So when I look at people, almost always And the reason I do that is because now what the hell? If I, so I went with the, I imagine, well, different, did you make decisions with the filters and something, but and they got a highway to pissed off and they've got dirt roads to happiness. So I decided I'm going to wire my happiness